Warning: the following audio podcast may include language of an adult, nonsensical, repetitive, and quite frankly, moronic nature. On the plus side, if you watch the video version, you get to see two sexy motherfuckers. Enjoy the show.
That's quite a wrap you're wearing. Perhaps I could get you some fluffy new slippers made from the heads of innocent and defenseless baby seals.
Who is this ghastly man?
Ace Ventura, pet detective. And you must be the Monopoly guy. Hey, thanks for the free parking.
And now, coming to you live from the tri-state area and San Francisco, California, it's the best part of Wednesday, Waffle Box, with your hosts, Mike Fish and Kush Hayes.
Ooh, welcome to Waffle Box, the podcast where we talk about anything, everything, and nothing all at the same time. Coming up on episode 147, When Pets Attack. Is the Monopoly Man getting his own movie? Ungentlemanly Warfare in this week's movie review, and much, much more. I am Mike Fish, and I am joined, as always, by the main man from San Fran. It's Mr. Kush Hayes. Kush, how you doing, buddy?
What's good, y'all? Kush Hayes here, coming to the newest episode of the Waffle Box. It is the original Waffle Box. It is not the microdose. You accept no substitutions. It remains the best part of Wednesdays. Coming in all the way from the future home of Super Bowl 60. It's the People's Podcast. You love us because we do this, and we do this because we love you. Producer Layton.
Evening, fellas. I hope you both had a fantastic and fruitful week. But listen, I've got to get something off of my chest.
Okay.
I know it's probably old hat at this point, but breweries need to get their shit together. I went to one this past weekend, and they have a giant sign up at the door that says that no dogs are allowed in. First of all, that's incredibly specific. Like, if I rock up with a 500-pound grizzly bear, are they going to let me in? But I digress. Apparently dogs aren't allowed, but people are sitting there sipping on their obnoxiously overly complicated IPAs with their 2-month-old baby crying at the top of its lungs because they're too dumb to know how to communicate properly. Like, get the fuck out of here with this shit. You made your life choices. If you can't get a babysitter, drink at home like a real parent.
Jesus, Layton.
I mean,
Why don't you tell us how you really feel?
I mean, I get it. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that before. Dogs should be. If you can't have dogs in a brewery, you shouldn't have kids either.
Well, it's a restaurant also, right?
No, well, not in. Well, I don't know what mythical land Lathan comes from, but in New Jersey, you can't serve food in a brewery. It's illegal.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's got to be a personal preference then. But like, is there an outdoor area where people are mingling and gathering?
Most of them. Well, in Jersey, most of them have an outside area. Yeah.
Do we know if the place Lathan is talking about is one of these then?
Who knows? I don't think I've decided
Fair
where
enough.
he's from yet.
Fair enough. Yeah, like the bar with the outdoor section, totally have no problem with that. But like, yeah, guess what? They don't want your goddamn dog shitting on the floor. The end. Baby's gonna shit in a diaper. The dog's gonna shit on the floor. One of the neither are preferable. One is slightly better.
I remember I was watching a Bill Burr bit recently, and he was like doing the analogy of like, dogs are harder to have than babies.
Mm-hmm.
And he was making the point. It's like, well, your one's got 2 legs, mine's got 4. That's more work to look after. Plus, if your baby bites someone, he gets a timeout. My dog bites someone, he gets put down. Heightened pressure, which I think he's preaching that. So but yeah, where's the cutoff? Because most of the places like you're 21 to drink and appreciate that the baby's not drinking, baby's not ordering at the bar. But if I can't get in without an ID at 21, why is there a baby in there?
It's like because it's obviously a baby. Like it's not a 6-year-old and it's not a 14-year-old. It's a baby. I don't know, dude. We could argue this into the ground, but yeah, I totally get why no dogs allowed. Babies, whatever. You have to talk with New Jersey about that.
How's your week been anyway?
Oh my god! I started off my weekend awful. It's not unusual for me to go into a job with lack of sleep. Sometimes it's anxiety. Sometimes it's just a really shitty early call time. In this case, it was 100% my fault. I stayed up too late watching TV, and then finally fell asleep at 5 in the morning.
Oof.
Woke up at what would be 7 in the morning, and because we are now at this part of the year with daylight savings, in fact, we're experiencing this right now. It could be 6 a.m. It could be 6 p.m. right now. But with the 2 hours of delirious sleep I had, I thought I overslept by 12 fucking hours and missed work. And I was just like, had a momentary panic attack. And then once I finally calmed down, I'm like, all right, no, I still don't have to be at work for another hour and a half. I was still an hour early. But yeah, that was a long goddamn day, dude. And then I did a 14-hour day. The Giants got royally embarrassed by the Arizona Diamondbacks 17-1.
Damn D-backs.
And then when I finally got to leave the ballpark, the game had already been over a while, but for whatever reason, the bus took its sweet time. So I waited about 25 minutes for the bus, only to go half a block before it sideswiped a police car that decided, hey, this part of the street where the cable car tracks are, we should totally park there. And then I was just fucked and had to spend a $30 Uber ride at that point.
Damn.
Yeah, not a fun day by any means.
No, we've all been there. Normally it happens when I wake up before my alarm, and my first thought is, oh my god, I overslept my alarm, and I freak out for a second. And then I check the time. It's like, oh. But that's what it's like, that thinking you're late shit. Ugh. All right, come right. What you're gonna play? Because have you ever seen Shark Tank?
Yes, yeah, that was a fun show. It gets a little repetitive after like year 5, probably earlier than that, but still.
So I'm gonna get you to play a shark, right? So you're sitting there with your obnoxiously large pile of money and your tiny little notebook, and I'm gonna pitch you a business idea, and I want you to see if you're gonna invest in my business.
Okay, I've got an obnoxiously large part of money here.
Fantastic. So I was out this weekend, and I witnessed what was clearly either a Tinder date or a blind date or whatever it was. It was like these two people who were very uncomfortable around each other. And I overheard she said something to the effect of, oh, I wasn't expecting X. So I think it must have been a blind date or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I rudely ignored the person I was with. And I was just focused on these two. Right? I couldn't take my eyes off of them.
It's the ultimate people watching at this point.
Oh, it's fantastic, right?
Yeah.
But then I came up with an idea for a business, right? As watching these two awkwardly try to get through this conversation to get to know each other, what if you can hire a third wheel that you both understand no cock blocking is going to take place here. We both understand this person is here just simply to help the conversation go, like to break the ice, to bring up some
a moderator, a chaperone. Yeah, I get it.
Right. And I think that'd be great. Because then basically you pay like an hourly fee, plus say we go to a bar, you pay for my drinks as well. But I help.
You're gonna have to tip this person too. Oh my god.
Just a tip. Giggity. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. What do you and I'm asking for $250,000 for 10% of my business.
Ooh. Yeah, that's
they always
gonna be
overly estimate their price of business.
I'm going to put my obnoxiously large sum of money back because, yeah, no, I mean, you started out with it like this person is not here to cock block, but one or two times the chaperone or whoever the mediator, there's going to be a thing there between the other person, you know. Yeah, it's too much of a risk, and that's going to bring liability. So it's just people's natural instincts, like, what if that guy's just more charismatic, or that lady is more charismatic, you know, prettier, hotter, whatever. Yeah, it also opens the door for threesomes. Again,
that's a hell of
too
a
much
tip.
liability. It's more than just the tip. Yeah. So yeah, I think it needs a lot of retooling.
That could be innuendo. But no, all right, I'll work. I'll keep working on it. But I think there's something there. I think there's something there.
You could. What would be better is you have an earpiece, and then you do the whole Cyrano de Bergerac thing. That person is literally at another table, like, say she's pretty. But wow, you're pretty. You're like, tell him you think he's got a big cock. I think you got a big dick, mister.
Wait. So I'm in the ear of both of them.
We could work it out so that there's a lady Cyrano too.
With teamwork, so it's double now.
Yeah. In fact, the only problem with that now, as I'm thinking of it, is if those two people are sitting at the same table, what if all of a sudden they get into an argument themselves and they're like, "How dare you say some shit about my mom?" It's like, "Bitch, I just met you."
Having a side conversation, people getting confused, like, what the fuck?
I think there might be something there with the earpiece. So,
nobody steal it.
No, nobody sit at the table, but maybe an earpiece. Although impractical jokers do this all the time, so.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at no point during the day am I going to go and then push her off a seat. Unless you're trying to, you're helping out some teenagers, and then sometimes, they love that shit. Oh my God, he's such a bad boy.
He's so funny.
But no, we don't, I'm not going to take money off a teenager. Anyway, hell of a week, hell of a show we got coming up for you. Should we just kick right into gear? Should we just
jump into it?
Just put it in straight from neutral into fifth gear, fuck up everything, and go
with the straight punch.
Let's go. Lathan, if you could, hit the jingle. It's now time for this week's Top Stories.
It's now time for this week's Top Stories.
Bubbles.
Breaking news. I didn't start the timer, so I'm just editing. This is going to be fun. This week's top story takes us to New Zealand. Ooh, I don't think we've ever, maybe we've been to New Zealand at this point. 147 episodes. Something must have happened.
We had an episode about a wizard got fired.
Oh my God, that's going back.
That was a while ago. That might have been 100 episodes ago.
Well, you've been up to New Zealand. Get your shit together. But a ram, which is, as far as I'm not too good with animals. Is that like a male sheep?
It's like a boy sheep, aggressive boy sheep.
A ram. So a ram believed to be responsible for killing an elderly couple.
Oh yeah.
Has been shot dead by New Zealand police. So
okay.
That's a hell of a way to start a story as well. The pair in their 80s were found dead by their son in a paddock attached to their home in rural West Auckland, the New Zealand Herald reported. He had grown concerned after not hearing from them in the morning, a spokesperson for the family said. Police attended the scene at 7:30 a.m. local time and confirmed the ram was in the paddock at the time of their visit. The country's force said another party at the same scene suffered a minor injury, but after being attacked by this ram.
Interesting.
Yeah. It added that its officers were confronted and approached by the ram. The ram was like, "I'm taking everyone. Like a fuck." After assessing the situation, they shot the ram dead. There's a lot to unpack here. I've got a lot of theories.
This is one of those stories I'd like more information on. Like, is this like a cocaine ram situation where someone just fed this thing an 8-ball and it went crazy? Like, did it get bit by another ram and then just go mad? I don't know if that's the thing that happens, but whatever. Like, there's something there that drove the thing out of control. Like, they didn't just pick up this ram and be like, "Oh my God, the ram's killing me now." Like, it's this thing had resided there for a while. I mean, it's New Zealand. Like,
right. So I've got two theories in this. Oh shit. Yeah, you never know. Well, this is New Zealand, not Wales. But two theories on this. First one is,
break it down. Number one.
Number one.
Thank you. The third person involved in this who had injuries. How many times have we seen this in movies and TV shows where I reckon this person killed the couple, but then to make sure they weren't a suspect, they fucked with the ram, so the ram bit them or something.
Okay.
And so they can go, "Oh my God, the ram attacked all three of us. Luckily, I survived." And they believed it and shot the ram.
I mean, it's not far-fetched. What's number 2?
Number 2.
Theory number 2 is they deserved it.
They're 80, man. I mean,
well, right. I'm sorry,
they're
right?
not even old enough to be like Hitler Youth.
I appreciate the ram probably wasn't a pet per se. It was, probably there to do work and stuff. I don't know. Do you milk rams? I don't know. I'm assuming not, because that's probably female jobs.
I mean,
But
you get a little thicker cream than milk on that one.
So the ram was there to do, but I'm assuming the ram's been there for a while. And animals, if you know anything about animals, typically they don't fuck with you unless they feel threatened.
See, yes.
So they must have done something to this ram, where this ram's like, oh, fuck this shit. I've had enough.
I'm with you on that one. Like something, if not someone did something to this ram. Again, like did they feed it some cocaine, or like did they feed it a ram burger so it got like mad ram disease as opposed to mad cow disease? Okay. That's when you feed cows hamburger, their own people.
They go a little loopy.
Something. They get a little aggressive. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with theory number 2. Not necessarily that they deserved it, but someone was fucking with the ram and riled it up. I'm also interested that New Zealand's resolution for this conflict was just shoot it. I forget if it's Australia or New Zealand, but Jim Jeffries, he's got a brother on the police force in that part of the world, and they're like, yeah, my brother found a guy trying to set a bomb in the police station, so he just tased him. He could have shot him. It's a bomb. It was a real bomb. He's like, no, just tased him. And then the problem was over. And then they all went out for beers later that day. So again, I'm wondering, like, could you not just tase the ram? Or like, probably not. If it's that aggressive, probably not. A wild animal, you got to put it down. But again, we went like, oh, no, we got to shoot this motherfucker.
Yeah, so because the police attended the scene at 7:30 a.m. So I'm pretty sure they was like, right, we need to catch this ram. And I reckon they made one attempt to catch the ram. The ram was pretty quick, and I was like, fuck, I haven't even had breakfast yet. Boom. Yeah.
I've had too many tinnies. Look at me in my local dial.
Yeah. Imagine you turn up to work hungover and there's a killer ram on the loose, and you're like, I can't.
This shit. Right you now. Just gotta go, this shit. Oh, I should have been a dentist. Mom told me to be a fireman, but I had to be a cop. All right.
And then Dean Burrell, who is a relative of the old couple that, quote unquote, sadly passed, told the Herald that the couple had, quote, both lost their lives in a tragic accident. Again, I don't think it was an accident. I think it was something
unusual for sure.
They're good people. They're over 80. They don't deserve this. So where's the age cutoff here? Are they saying like if they were under 80? I mean, well, they got it is what it is.
Yeah. I get it. I get what you're saying. I wouldn't. Don't read too much of that. It's just word filler. You gotta say something. They're 80. They didn't deserve this. Like,
oh my god, they were taken too soon. They always say.
Although, yeah, like, if there was like some slave traders or whatever when they were 50, now they're 80. It's okay. I don't know.
It'd be funny. I haven't watched that shit. We should put it on TV.
Maybe it's an unfair comparison, but everyone's like, Darth Vader was redeemed from intergalactic genocide because he saved his son from the Emperor. It's like, no, it's fucking Space Hitler still, you fucking cunt. Shut up. That's my one comment for the day.
Here's what another idea for a TV show, maybe.
Oh, I like TV.
Rather, because I'm not a big fan of corporal punishment. The death penalty is a bit severe sometimes. Just maybe, because obviously, hey, some crimes deserve to die and be buried under the prison. But there is always that 0.01 chance that someone fucked up somewhere and they're actually innocent, and then they killed them. You're like, oops, it's too late. So I'm always a bit wary about the death sentence.
Sure.
However, let's just say someone like a mass murderer. They go, all right, we sentence you to the ram pen, and they put them in a pen with some murderous rams and film it.
And if ram isn't available, get some wild hogs. You saw Hannibal.
Yeah,
that was a thing.
And also some movies.
Nasty Italian guys did, or maybe they were Greek. I don't know, but some baddie got fed to a bunch of wild hogs. Not even a boar. I believe it was a hog. And he was like, oh, I didn't know hogs did that. Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ. Isn't that like Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels where they do that? Feed them to the pigs, Harry.
Probably. It's been a while since I've seen that, but yeah, not impossible. This is a very brutal and awful sounding way to go. So,
Well, I think they normally just kill them and then feed the dead body to the pigs to get
oh,
rid of the
well,
evidence. But
yeah, but you want sometimes the bad guys want it to hurt.
yeah.
He's never gonna forget this death. Right.
So yeah, they shouldn't have killed the ram. They should have put it to work. Do the nation's service. It'd been like the Dexter version of the animal world.
You'll never get a ram though to lay out all that plastic and duct tape. They don't have opposable thumbs.
Yeah, you'd have to have a human sidekick helping them out.
Oh, how shitty would that be? Your job is the sidekick to the murderous
To the
ram. I have to make sure that the whole room is covered in plastic. So Roberto, the ram, I don't know, I just call him Roberto. I like alliteration. So he can work properly, and so we can clean up easy. I make $31.76 an hour doing this.
Boom. Cash in hand. Off the books. You know what I mean? Uncle Joe. What's Uncle Sam? Anyway, Uncle Sam don't need to know anything about it. Give his little text fingers on this. Next one. This is not very deep, but I think it's a good topic for
Murderous
discussion.
porcupine.
Yeah. So Margot Robbie
Pretty
and her production company, Lucky Chap, who apparently, I had no idea about this, they were the ones that produced the Barbie movie. They were
They're producing a bunch of stuff, but that's been their biggest success. Yeah.
And so they thought, hey, Barbie was a huge success. Why not try to get some other toys involved in other movies? And apparently, they are now set to produce the movie version of the board game Monopoly.
Which, by the way, would just probably end up being like Goodfellas or Boardwalk Empire is actually probably a better comparison.
Oh, wait, you're thinking like a dark Monopoly?
I mean, there'll be some comedy in it, but like, the whole thing is about fucking over other people the entire time, like making deals, trying to avoid rent, don't go to jail. Also, do not collect $200, do not pass go. Like, it's Monopoly has ruined entire families. And that's just supposed to be a family fun board game. Like a movie. I mean, I'm thinking they could do a Boardwalk Empire type thing, but that's just one draft. I mean, who knows what they're going to do with it? This is the pre-production phase. All they did was buy the rights. This thing might not ever get made. It might not even be able to be made. Barbie went to like 20 other people before they got to Margot Robbie and what's her name? The lady who no one remembers anymore. Sorry.
Elizabeth.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
But yeah, you haven't lived unless
Greta Gerwig.
You've flipped a Monopoly board in anger. Surely
I've seen that happen
at some point.
I didn't do that. I've seen that happen though.
They said, quote, we want to make more films that have the effect that Barbie has. I don't know if it has to be Barbie 2. Why can't it be another big, original, bold idea where we get an amazing filmmaker, a big budget to play with, and trust a huge conglomerate being behind them to go really play? I don't know. Monopoly, I'm not seeing it. I don't think how Monopoly is going to have the same connection as Barbie did to people. But it got me thinking, and I know I text you, so hopefully you've done a little bit of homework. I did text you this, Kush.
You did text me stuff. Yes, I know.
Jesus Christ. Other board games that could make good movies.
Oh, sure. Yeah. Oh, that's easy. We've already had Clue, so that doesn't count. But Shoots and Ladders. I'm 100% sure someone is developing a Shoots and Ladders movie right now.
How'd that work?
Well, it's being developed. It has not.
No, but give me the premise.
It has not been made yet, so I don't know what it could be. I got nothing.
There's too many goddamn snakes on these goddamn shoots.
Sure, something like
that. See, I got a couple ideas.
All right, break it down.
Scrabble, the movie.
No, canceled.
Why?
What? It's crossword puzzle.
No, but hear me out.
I'm hearing you out.
So this is how we do it. So we have that human connection. So it's a young character. He's a lead character, right? They're dyslexic, and they get
I'm
bullied
listening.
for it
Sure.
at school. But then, through the power of Scrabble, they end up winning the spelling bee by beating the bully in the final, and he gets lifted up on everyone's shoulders, and everyone's happy.
Okay, that's a feel-good, family-friendly story. It's probably something like that would be made in Canada, which isn't hey, money is money. So
Get Ryan Reynolds
yeah.
involved.
You know what? I bet he would love to be involved. He'd be like, "Oh, that's easy. Yeah, we can do that."
Boom. Hit me up. Hit me up.
Battleship has already been a movie, and guess what? Had nothing to do with the actual board game.
That needs a redo.
They snuck in. You sunk my battleship. I'm sure someone went. B2 miss, but like there was aliens involved in it, and it was just like, what is happening here? So
Another idea I had. Risk.
Okay. Risk. That's a war movie.
Typical war movie. You know what I mean? It's easy done. And then
you could do it in the Civil War. You could do it during the any of the Revolutionary Wars. You could do it during the Vietnam War. Risk has a lot of potential possibilities. Oh, I'm all tongue-tied tonight.
And then my best idea, I think.
All right, listen.
What is the ultimate board game? The oldest board game in the world?
Checkers?
Close. Chess, right?
Chess. Okay.
To be fair, checkers might have been before chess. I don't know. But chess, right? Chess, the movie, where it's CGI. So all the chess pieces can talk and they have personalities. And because it's Team Whites versus Team Blacks, the white pieces are horrible white supremacist neo-Nazis.
You could do that.
And the whole movie is about a big giant game of chess, and eventually, obviously, Team Black wins. Boom.
So there was a video game in the late 80s, early 90s called Battle Chess. It's just chess, but the pieces are animated. So you want your pawn to go to things. It just does a little trot over and it squats. Next piece happens. That guy does a little trot and then squats. And then finally get to a spot where the pieces have to connect and they actually like engage in a little animated battle. There's a reference to like Monty Python and the Holy Grail, where just like the knight gets his arm, all of his limbs cut off. It's like, it's just a flesh wound. Yeah. So you could do that. That would also get compared to a video game movie, and would also probably get compared to like that scene in Harry Potter. But that's a good idea. If you want to go that route, that could happen. You want to make them neo-Nazis? Why not? Everyone loves killing Nazis. We'll get into that later tonight. But
it could be a comedy. Like what's the movie that came out recently about the dog? Strays. Like have it an adult themed, get some fun voices in there.
Oh no, you can't do that movie and not make it a comedy. Again, we just referenced the Holy Grail. So yeah. Chess is pretty good. Sorry is probably not a good thing. Life. The game of life.
Yeah.
But that's just a Lifetime movie.
Yeah, that'd be that'd be it. That's straight to TV. Lathan, have you got any ideas you wanna add into this?
I know it's not a board game, but Fruit Ninja would make a pretty badass movie.
Oh, if we're getting into
that would be a fun 22-minute cartoon.
Or get Pixar involved. Like a little short movie.
Yeah.
Get an Oscar for that. But if we're talking about video games, this is my last idea without stretching this out. Because I know video game movies tend to be horrific. Did you ever play as a young child? I believe it's still available now, as there've been multiple sequels and yada yada yada. Did you ever play Worms?
You mean like Snake?
No, Worms. It was a video game.
I don't know what that is.
You had multiple teams it was like PvP, player versus player, and you was in charge of certain worms, and another person, and you would have a war, have a battle
with worms. Okay, no, never heard of this.
And each worm would have like you'd have like weapons and bazookas and fun as fuck.
Okay.
Surely that wasn't just a British thing. I'm sure that was worldwide. I'm assuming.
Never
But hey,
heard of it.
if not, look it up. Worms. It came out in like I want to say like early to mid 90s. The first one.
Okay.
Great game.
Did
Great
you
game.
see the Queen's Gambit with Anya Taylor-Joy on Netflix?
I did.
You know of it at least.
Yeah, I know of it. Yeah.
It's about a autistic girl. I don't know what an alcoholic autistic girl who is really, really good at chess. Very simple premise. Fantastic series. 6 episodes, you fly right through it, Mike. They're about an hour each, and you're just like, wow, I can't believe I sat through all of that, but it was great. They made a board game version of it. The Queen's Gambit, the board game. And you're just like, don't you mean chess? Like,
Yeah,
no, it's I don't even know what it is. I looked at the box, I was like, that's so ridiculous. I couldn't even like flip it over, like, how is this a thing? No, but there is a board game, the Queen's Gambit, the game.
That'd be like making, hey, you remember that Super Mario movie that was super successful? What if we capitalize on it by making a video game about the movie?
I'm honestly surprised they didn't do that. I mean, they did that with the Lego movie.
Super Mario, the movie, the video game.
That reminds me of Street Fighter, the movie, the video game, which ironically
because they had
was like a Mortal Kombat ripoff without the blood.
Yeah, because they had like the Jean-Claude Van Damme in it and shit like that, right? Yeah,
They had a stand-in for him, but it was the Van Damme movie it was based on.
Fantastic. So yeah, there we go. Look at that. We're just coming up with so many ideas to make people money. I hope no one's stealing them, but hopefully, hey, investors, enjoy wafflebox at gmail.com. You can get involved in all of these ideas.
Ryan Reynolds, hit us up.
You could get involved. He's spending all this money on Wrexham Football Club. Congratulations to them, by the way, getting promoted to the League One.
Do they get promoted again?
Got promoted again, second season in a row. Boom.
Nice.
I
know Rob McElhenney was on Kimmel the other night, and they were talking a little bit about it, but it was mainly a plug for the 3rd season, and they didn't really get too deep into it. So I was like, okay, congratulations. They got promoted 2 years in a row, you say?
Yeah. And now, I mean, it's going to be difficult to do that.
That's not easy. That's
not very easy at all. But they're only 2 promotions away from being in the Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
But that's
I wonder if they actually got that part of the arena finally fixed. Well, I guess we'll have to find out.
Cliffhanger. Last bit before we wrap up the top story segment.
Mm-hmm.
It's today, Wednesday, April 24th. Apparently, according to nationaldaycanada.com, is National Bucket List Day.
Oh, yeah. So this, normally you send me a text, and much like 10 minutes ago, like, but this one I actually lost some sleep on.
Wow. Okay. Well, so yeah, I thought so. What's really a good idea? Let's get a little bit involved in each other before we go off in a weird tangent, because I go off on a weird tangent in this bit where I call out some, I always like to call out list makers online. People always have to try to come up with 46 ideas of how to change your life, and then they realize they give that number before they actually try to make the list, and by halfway through the list you can tell they're struggling. I have a great example of that. But bucket list ideas, right? We don't want to hear none of this nonsense of swimming with dolphins or anything like that. What's Kush Hayes? What's Kush Hayes want to do before he pops his clogs?
So yeah, I actually lost some sleep over this. As I don't know, again, swimming with dolphins is stupid. I would never do that. Skydiving or bungee jumping, not in my wheelhouse at all whatsoever. Not a desire. So I was like, I've got a pretty sexy resume, dude. I'm pretty accomplished, and a lot of it is just by accident. I've had a TV show. It beat the Dallas Cowboys in its pilot episode. I beat Saturday Night Live when I got extended to an hour. I sold out my first 2 shows. I performed at the Cow Palace. I had my own line of clothes. I had DVDs. And that's just the life before I went to the Super Bowl, the World Series, and 6 NBA Finals, and then got inducted into the freaking Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame. But when I got into this whole podcasting thing, it literally took me a minute to get to this. Got into the whole podcasting because I thought it might lead to me doing voiceover work. Radio commercials, fine. But mainly I'd like to do the shitty English dub of like some Filipino action movie or whatever. Like, just those,
Love that.
all those dubs are terrible. I can't possibly do any worse. Like, I don't necessarily do voices, but I got a voice, and shit, I got a professional microphone. Why can't I do this? Like,
Because
that is
you're not
something I would
you're
like
not
to
boring enough.
do.
Everyone in those dubbings always
Thank you.
sound, no matter what the emotion is being on screen, they're always like miserable. Like they could be two people like super horny, ripping each other's clothes off, about to get down, and it's kind of the dub who's like,
Wow,
oh
they're
wow,
very pretty.
I'm very happy to be here with you right now. So, oh Jesus Christ. So that's what you're doing wrong, mate. It's too much emotion in your voice. Tone it down.
No, I can turn it down. I can tune it down. Like, wow, you've got a really nice body.
Those nipples taste delicious.
Wouldn't it be funny if you popped on an action movie and they're engaged in a fight scene, and all of a sudden someone fucked up, and now they're reading the dub for like what was supposed to be like an Indian romance movie, and again, it's like, wow, you've got a really nice body. You don't say. You should kiss me now. I think we're a pretty good couple. Something like that. It would just somehow get past all the people that was supposed to clear it, but
I mean,
that would make it the funniest movie of the year.
You could tell when half the subtitles don't match the voiceover. No one checks that shit.
Yes, there's usually two different departments with that. There's the one department doing the dub, and then the one department doing the sub, and sometimes they get different translations. Yes, I've seen that plenty of times.
So is that on your bucket list to dub Filipino drama?
Or any dramas. I want to get involved in the dubbing experience. I want video game work, whatever, dude. I again, I don't necessarily do voices, but I got a voice. People compliment me all the time, and I'm just like, why am I not making money off of this fucking thing? So if that then if that doesn't work, then my alternative is I would like to see Japan do a redhead festival.
Ooh, maybe you could
They
organize
recently
it.
did a St. Patrick's Day parade, Tokyo, Japan. Like it was one of the cutest things I've ever seen. There were some Irish people there, but then again, it's Japan. So 4/5 of the parade were just Japanese people playing the bagpipes, doing the Irish river dance gimmick. Like Guinness sent a mascot with, so it's just a little guy who's dressed as a giant bottle going hi hi, like, and
It's a me,
again,
Guinness man.
Tokyo is it's not the biggest island, so the parade literally went 2 blocks down. They did a U-turn, went 2 blocks back, and then I think they made another lap, and then that was the parade. Thanks for coming. And then the Associated Press just pulled the YouTube feed, and I was like, wow, this was the most surreal thing I've ever seen. But everyone there was having a great time.
I love the sound of it.
Anyways,
To be fair, most parades are too long anyway. So
yes,
just let me see
they
the main
maybe
event.
did it right the first time.
Yeah. Anything else?
So that's it. Again, I've been pretty blessed. So there's not a lot of things I'm thinking of. Maybe that could change in tomorrow, a year from now, whatever. But dubbing foreign films, Redhead Festival in Japan.
Marvelous. See, I like that. I love that because I think if you're gonna put things on your bucket list, they need to be things that you have to work for, I think, or achieve, or something like that. Rather than like, oh, because things I want to do before I die, go bungee jumping. Well, you can just do that now. Go book it up. Like, it's not a big thing. So I don't like that. So mine is, I want to see the Northern Lights in person.
Okay, that'd be cool.
That'd be
cold,
cool.
but that'd be cool.
Would be cold. Then speaking of that, because I'm very space centric, I want to go to space.
Okay, I do not, but I would support your venture.
And by space, I don't know whether even if it means that that you can go up in a plane, but you go just high enough where technically you're in space and you can see the.
Sure.
I'm thinking, I'm 38. By the time I'm still, I'd like to think I'm still going to be agile and moving around in another 30 years. The way things are moving, hopefully, that might be a thing where it's not crazy for every man to go up there. That'd be cool. And then my big one. This is my one day, I want to have lots of land under my ownership. and I'm gonna have lots of like cows and chickens and sheep and dogs and stuff like that.
You want to be a farmer?
I want to be a farmer.
Okay, you could do that.
That's what that'd be great. Oh,
That's actually the least sexiest thing on that list. I like the Northern Lights. I like you. I like
mean, yeah, there's
Mike
nothing
Fish
sexy about
in
farming.
space.
But could you imagine me just like walking around with like a cowboy hat on and straw coming out my mouth?
I think you'd be annoyed within the first 3 weeks.
Plaid.
Gotta get up at 4 in
Plaid
the
every
fucking
day.
morning. These fucking pigs never feed themselves. I feed them bad guys all the time, but then they just don't finish it.
Oh, their bodies are starting to smell now. This is what I don't like. This anymore.
Goddamn chickens just pecking and pecking and pecking and pecking. And, yeah. I think you would. I honestly think you'd be annoyed within about 3 weeks. As much as you love animals, like, yeah, you'd be like, ah, the dog. Yeah, I had to shit the dog every hour. Like, yeah, I think you'd be annoyed within 3 weeks.
It's crushing my dream.
No, just being realistic. Please prove me wrong. But then I get to say I told you.
I will. I'll be
the
first farmer in space. Having me.
Ooh, Space Farm.
Space Farm.
Matt Damon did it. Why not? Why couldn't Mike Fish do it?
This is the greatest episode of this podcast. But yeah, the reason that kind of come up because it's a national bucket list idea, and from there it went on. I went to this website. I can't remember the website now, but they came up with something that's stupid, like 220 ideas to go on your bucket list.
220?
220. It's very specific. Why not just 200 or 250? Why 220? But anyway, my point was you can you can tell very quickly that this person is kind of like I don't have 220 ideas. I don't think I have 80 ideas to go on here, right? Because one of them, right? Because remember, bucket list is things you want to achieve before you die. That's the whole purpose, right? One of the ideas to go on your bucket list was go vegetarian for a month. What?
Oh, fuck off.
That's like terrible.
That's not a bucket list.
You could just do that. I could just, if I want to do that, I'll just do it. It's not a thing. Like, oh,
if you're dying, you might have to do that.
Try a crazy hairstyle. How boring have you got to be to have try a crazy hairstyle on your bucket list?
You know what? I'm gonna throw a different theory out there. This isn't a person who came up with a number and then tried to fill up 220 slots. I think this guy literally just vomited 220 things on the fucking wall. And if he could have done 225, he would have. But yeah, like he's grabbing at straws here. Like, I want to cross the street doing the Russian dance.
Well, the one was have a movie marathon.
Suck a dick.
But it possibly my favorite one on this list of ideas of 220 things to put on your bucket list.
This is a terrible list. Yes.
Was retire early.
All right. No, I like that one. Yeah, that's a goal.
It's a goal. Don't get me wrong, but it's a bucket list. Like something
it falls under your definition of something you would have to work hard for.
True, but it's like if you break it down, it's like things I want to do. One thing I really want to do before I die is nothing. I want to be able to do nothing really soon.
Man, that's my life right now, baby. Like I get complimented on that stuff all the time at the arena. They're like, Kush, no one does nothing better than you, dude. You do the best nothing. I'm like, hey, thanks, man. I couldn't do it without you. Thank you. You believe I do this for free? I do this for free all the time, but you're paying me today. Thanks. Yeah. No. Also, going back to your thing of like, yeah, you could just do that. Like, you could just enlist in the military at 18 and then
see the world.
Figure out a way to not get sent to war and then retire at 45, 40 or 45. It's not a very long term. Like,
does it count?
And then you just live off a military pension.
If you get discharged, does the pension still kick in, or do you have to get another job?
I mean, once you retire from the military, you get a pension.
Yeah, but I mean, what if you get kicked out?
That's you getting fired. Oh. They don't give you a bonus for getting fired from the pack and save.
I was thinking you enlist for the army or whatever,
sure.
And then if it's starting to look a little bit sketchy, you're like, oh, I might be going somewhere. Then you just start like eating crayons or like eating your own hair
That's a
they'd be like,
Section
"Oh,
8, and then there's possibly
this
a
guy." Oh.
possibly a medical thing. But
Right,
yeah,
medical discharge.
that's a medical discharge. I don't know if you would get a draw a pension for that. If you did, it wouldn't be a very big one because again, you didn't do your entire 20-year service.
This is an idea. This is an idea.
Yeah, you're just
I mean,
asking
I'm not going to eat a
questions.
crown
You
if
don't
I'm
know.
not going to get full pension. Because I imagine the crowns don't taste like their color. Like a green crown doesn't taste like lime or apple.
Nope.
Still tastes like crown.
Wax.
So there you go. Give us your ideas. What's on your bucket list at Waffle Box? And let us know. So yeah, if you're talking about achieving things, let's talk about.
I want to get a hamburger with jalapenos on it.
Oh, do you know what? So shit slaps though. That shit slaps.
I can't handle that kind of spice, but yeah, that's how silly. I want to rent a video from the last blockbuster on Earth.
That'd be fun.
That's actually probably a better
I can't remember where it is
bucket
now.
list.
Is it like Nebraska or something?
Alaska.
Oh, Alaska. I knew it was Aska in there somewhere. But did I tell you about I had a burger the other day where it was like beef burger with chili on it and serrano peppers? Oh my god, it was so fucking good.
Okay. It sounds a little too messy for my taste, but I can see why that would be good. I feel like you need a knife and fork, and then I'm feeling weird eating a hamburger with knife and a fork here.
I cut it in half to make it a little bit easier to hold, but
Sure.
Just went nuts. I don't care. I'm a rebel. Danger's my middle name. I don't care if I get a bit of chili on me. Boom. That's like
fish.
It's like a bonus. Boom. So it's like a war wound. Then you could like tell with people. It's a conversation start. Oh yeah, that. Let me tell you about this burger. Boom. Do you want to try it?
Yeah.
It's like a scratch and sniff.
I'm gonna pie face you if you do that.
Stains. There you go. The original scratch and sniff. Let's move on to people who are actually
t-shirt
out there.
Put that on a t-shirt. Stains. The original scratches.
Who are out there achieving things with their lives, and they get a nice Irish brewery to give them a piece of paper to prove that they did it. It's now time for this week's Dumb World Record of the week.
Why?
Why? Why would I? Why? Why?
Why? Why?
Why? Why? Why would you want to do that?
Getting a world record and then having it talked about on the Waffle Box, that would be a good bucket list goal.
Boom. And also, I think maybe we might be. I wonder if there's a world record for longest weekly. No, it's not episodic, really. Waffle Box is not episodic, but whatever. Weekly podcast that is using copyrighted material and haven't yet not get a strike about it.
It's let's just not bring up the word copyright, but I see what you're saying.
Nailed it. This week's Dumb World Record takes us to the USA. It doesn't actually say where it is, but whatever. Whatever. So apparently every year, the National Beard and Mustache Championships.
Oh, I actually know a guy involved in this.
Fantastic. Organized by Beard Team USA. I kind of want to. I mean, because I'm not American, I can't join it, but maybe I've been here long enough. Maybe I could join Beard Team USA. So again, I just want to get a t-shirt or a hoodie. So they welcome old and new beard aficionados. At this year's event, they broke the world record for longest beard chain.
Oh, it's just gross. I don't know why. It's just gross to me.
It's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah, I bet it is.
Yeah, people standing next to each other and in some kind of pseudo-sexual erotic situation, they connect each other's
like Avatar.
Like Avatar.
It's yeah. So I know a dude who is involved in this competition.
Is it Brian Nelson?
No. It's
apparently he's the creative director.
Goes by the name of AC. It's a dude who goes by the name of AC, and
he sounds cool.
He's now grown. Huh? All right, whatever.
AC.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Those are his initials, but he was going by the cold one, AC, and it took me the longest time to be like, oh, he's an air conditioner. Oh, yeah, because he's so cool. All right.
Oh, so that's
yeah.
the second time you've not understood that joke. I love that.
Well, I just didn't hear it the first time you said it because I was talking and there's a delay. But anyways, this dude has grown. The chin part of his beard, last time I saw him, went down to about his knees, and then the mustache is longer than his goddamn shoulder length. And I'm just like, someone married this man. Like, he also has to, like, I'm sure he doesn't have the mustache waxing 24/7, but like, like, you go back to earlier days of the Waffle Box, like, I got this sucker pretty long, my pandemic beard.
Yeah.
And you know why I shaved it? Well, when I went to a funeral. But two, I was waking up at 4 a.m. when this thing shot up my nose. And I was like, I hate all of this. Like, I couldn't live like that. I couldn't live like it. So, yeah, I think all these people are disgusting. And I don't know what kind of grooming they would have to do, what kind of hygiene they would have to keep up to not give each other like some sort of facial lice or whatever. Like, yeah, keep your beard away from my beard,
wash
dude.
their beard. See, yeah, Beard Team USA could be the thing because the closest I came to, I remember I was a friend of a man who was in a mustache club in England, and I was like, "Oh, I want to go to the mustache club meetings." And he said, because I had a full beard, I could only be classed as a friend of the mustache club. I'd never felt
back to no dogs, but have a baby. Bring your baby in.
I'd never been so disappointed and yet proud of myself that I had been denied entry into the mustache club, but whatever.
Yeah, I get it. You're like, what a fucking asshole. Like, you're proud now to not be a part of that club. You're like, what the fuck are those wankers doing?
The anti-mustache club. The anti.
Did I use the word wanker correctly?
Social club, whatever it's called.
I hate those shirts.
So you're wondering how many
one kid wear that shirt, the anti-social club, and I went, oh, that's clever. And then a few weeks later, I saw 3 people on the same bus wearing a shirt, and I'm like, oh, go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, it's when it's
I'm sorry to interrupt.
But you're probably wondering how many people joined beards to break this world record.
Yeah,
well, the record was broken by 89 fellas standing side by side, linking their mustache, which measured a whopping 195 foot and 3 inches, which is the equivalent of over 59 meters. That's almost equal to the wingspan of a Boeing 777 or 2 blue whales. Like, they could have just left
the
it
width
at the
of the
Boeing.
whale or the length of the whale.
I have no
idea. Head to tail
idea.
or fin to fin.
But it's like, I hate when people use unit of measurements like this. Like, oh, how big was it? Oh, it was 2 blue whales. Okay. I haven't seen a blue whale in person recently, so I can't picture that still.
I do love that.
Did we do a thing about that recently? Like, it's 12 giraffes. So, okay.
So some international bloke dropped a meme that went, Americans will use any other unit of measurement but the metric system. And then someone went, you come within 3 sperm whales of me and say that shit's stupid.
Yeah, I think we did that recently. I can't remember.
You come within 20 fucking murderous boars, dickhead.
Best quote from this story is from Brian Nelson, creative director for Beard Team USA, when he said, quote, I think it looks extra crazy because it's so wacky to make a beard chain in the first place. Yeah, it is. And yet you did it, pal. You fucking went and did it. And now here we are. Like, if you think that world record's dumb, what am I doing here? I don't know. There you go. Congratulations, I guess. The Beard Team USA. I don't think I like that name. Beard. It sounds like it's too much effort to say. Beard Team USA. Just be like,
yeah, too many words.
Beard USA or some America's beards. I don't know.
America's beards. America's beards it sounds a little more proper, but
America's Beards Corporation, ABC. I don't know.
Oh. You just made something stupid better, Mike.
That's what I do here. That's what I do here. I'm just helping people's, changing their lives. But yeah,
I agree.
congratulations to them. That wraps up the first half of this week's episode of Waffle Box. We're going to be taking a short break. Appreciate it. A little bit of programming notes just to remind you, nothing's changing next week, but I don't know how we're going to make it special. But next week marks our 3rd birthday, May
Happy
1st,
birthday.
when we started this podcast 3 years ago. So if you are listening to this week's, make sure you come back next week because there might be cake. I don't know. Who knows?
That would be fun.
Yeah, we'll be right back after this message from our not so sponsors.
It's through Saturday only. Macy's White Flower Day sale and store-wide savings. Save on great fall fashion. For him, for her, for everyone. You'll also save on items for every room in your home. Don't miss the savings. Store-wide savings through Saturday only. You can't afford to miss the White Flower Day sale. At Macy's. We're a part of your life.
Place your bets. It's now time for birthday blackjack.
I also like to live dangerously.
Oh, girl.
Oh!
Stop whispering in my ear. Where are you?
Back, baby. New jingle. It's birthday blackjack.
This is nice. This is mellow.
I know, right? I like that because I like to keep the piano from the old jingle, but yeah, I think this is more our level. I think more our vibe. Yes, it's birthday blackjack, where I name 5 celebrities that are celebrating their birthday on the day of this podcast release, which is Wednesday, 24th of April. And Kush has to guess how old they are now. As with blackjack rules, well, not blackjack rules, but whatever. If they're 55 and he guesses 50, he scores 5 points, and the name of the game is try to get 21 or below, so he doesn't strike out. Pretty simple. You ready, Kush?
I am ready, Mike.
Let's go.
Number 1.
Number 1, Scottish actor who played the Hound in Game of Thrones, Mr. Rory McCann.
I knew his name was Rory. Yeah. It's amazing how good he was in that role, because then he's been in other stuff and you're just like, I don't know. You don't even have the scar anymore, bro. What the fuck? Anyway, Rory, geez, that guy he's Scottish, so he's aged terribly. I don't know why that's a thing. It is.
Like 21.
You know what? He's probably about 38.
Is that really what you're gonna be your guess?
Final answer. 38.
38. The Hound. He turns 55.
Okay, that makes a little more sense. But I think we're out. No,
you're good. You're good. You scored 17 off the bat.
Oh,
I mean, it's not the best start, but
that's the worst start ever.
There we go.
Not the best start.
Let us move on to number 2.
Number 2.
All of them on the head at this point.
Singer turned talk show host, Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, that That song slaps, as the kids would say 10 years ago.
Slaps like a burger with jalapenos in it.
Right. Oh, so anyway, I should have to guess here.
You have to guess.
40.
40?
Yes.
She turns 42. Ooh.
Okay.
So you're up to 19. You're still technically in it.
I might have to put 2 bandanas on. Oh my god.
Number 3.
What? Number 3.
Number 3 is, I believe he's French, fashion icon, and the man that makes me smell gorgeous. It's Mr. Jean-Paul Gaultier.
I know that name, but I don't know anything about him. Like, and I've only heard it like, I don't know why I know that name. Gaultier.
Jean-Paul Gaultier. Fun fact, I was at lunch one time in Brooklyn, this is a few years back, and he was sitting next table over from me, and I was like, oh my God, I should say hi, thank him. I should go over to him and go, spell that, that's you, buddy, that's you.
Yeah.
But I didn't do that. Whatever.
So you've at least seen what the gentleman looks like. Yeah, I have no frame of reference here. So
It's French and bald and kind of skinny.
French
It's a fashion man. It's a fashion man.
That is a fashion guy. I don't know. 67.
Ooh, 67.
Big shrug.
72.
Oh, okay. Well, we're still over, but dang, that was close.
So that puts you up to 24. So we need a spot on answer to save the day here.
Yeah, we're not out of it. We're still not out.
No, still not out of it yet.
I just have to.
Number 4.
I get this one right on the nose. We get a 5-point deduction. Let's do this.
Number 4 is Mr. Steve Harrington from Stranger Things, aka the actor Joe Keery.
I don't watch that show. I don't know who that is. What?
You don't watch it?
No. Is he an adult? Is he a child? What is he?
He's one. I guess he's one of the adults. He's like the older brother of someone, I believe, or he's like the friend of one of the older sisters. I don't know. I can't remember. He's
24.
He's older than the kids.
24.
24. I need to make that jingle longer. 24 turns 32. Which puts you 8 out, which puts you up to 32. So even a correct, like spot on answer won't save you this week. No. But still, just for fun.
Just for fun. Just for fun.
Number 5.
You put all the effort into the list, please.
Yeah, and people will playing at home. They want to complete the game. They might be doing well.
There you go. Oh yeah, guys, send in your scores. Let us know how. Did you beat me?
And be honest.
And be honest.
Be honest.
Because we'll know.
Cedric the Entertainer.
Oh, Cedric, 58.
58. He turns 60, which means you're 2 out, which gives you a final score of 34. Which, to be fair, considering you started off with 17, isn't bad. But unfortunately,
what's the score minus that first incorrect guess?
Well, 34 is double, so you'd be 17.
So
you would have had like 4 wiggle room.
Oh, that's a shame.
It is a shame.
But what are you gonna do? Whatever. I only like 1, 2 of these.
Yeah, but you get it. You get the hang of it.
Yeah. You lose. I'm gonna have to start scanning IMDb profiles again. You.
Yeah. Well, no, to be fair, spoiler alert, you know exactly when the next episode is, so you could really cheat and just like scan Wikipedia or IMDb for birthdays on May 1st.
Yeah,
but there's no fun in that. There's no fun in that.
Well, you don't always. It's not always who's on the day. Sometimes it's like, oh, someone's celebrating a birthday this week.
Yeah, might throw a curveball.
There's no. Anyways, this is a fun game. I continue to enjoy it. I like the jingle. Yes, definitely much better than the piano saloon. I like the jazz lounge a little better. Don't like. I've never liked that.
You hate it.
I don't hate it. But I've never liked it.
Hate. Anyway,
but I do like this new one a lot better, especially with sexy whispering in my ear there.
It's your bets. Now it's time to pit 4 celebrities against each other in battle to the death. In this week's Celebrity Battle Royale. Oh, there we go.
Let's get ready to rumble.
This song I still love. I can't do all this, but it's still fun. For a birthday.
Celebrity Battle Royale. Yes. I picked 4 celebrities. We put them in the ring to a battle to the death, and Kush has to decide in which order they are eliminated, taken off, picked off one by one, and then declare this week's Celebrity Battle Royal champion. You know me, I do love a good what national day it is. And today, apparently,
it fits.
Is National Scream Day, which I think is technically, just about encouraging you to scream, I guess. To
Oh, okay.
get
I thought it was
stuff
like
off your chest.
on today's date, 23 years ago, Wes Craven's Scream was released. And I'm like, yeah, that sounds right.
Well, that's where I'm going with this. So I'm
Okay.
taking 4 female actors from the original Scream and put them in a death match. So, in the 4 corners, 4 contestants this week are number 1, Neve Campbell.
Mhm.
Then we got Courtney Cox, Drew Barrymore, and Rose McGowan. So again, for those playing at home, it's Neve Campbell versus Courtney Cox versus Drew Barrymore versus Rose McGowan. Kush, do you need some time to mull this over?
Not at all.
Oh, he's going straight in.
Straight and stupid.
Raw dogging in.
So Rose McGowan ends up killing Drew Barrymore because she trips or some stupid shit. I don't know. And then Rose McGowan starts talking shit to Courtney Cox. But now by the way, Rose McGowan was like the prettiest of these 4 ladies, and then something happened. Like Rose McGowan is that aunt who has the wild and wacky stories and that ends up showing you a slideshow. Like, and this time I got captured by a prince in Greece, and then I had to steal a roll of bread and break out. Like, oh my god, why can't you just clip coupons? Anyways, Courtney Cox just pushes her out of the ring. That chick is so frenetic, she just collapses immediately. And then Neve Campbell punches her, Courtney Cox, right in the nose, breaking her nose, effectively pushing it into her skull, into her brain. And then, so your winner is Neve Campbell, who is also the best at negotiating fees for her movie and knows her worth. Neve Campbell, you know your worth.
Congratulations to Neve Campbell. Oh, the certificate is in the mail. Now this is where Kush's real time to shine comes in, baby. Because now it's time for the segment where Kush reviews a movie in a segment that we like to call Kush's Movie Review.
Kush's Movie Review.
Dog was being fucky. Welcome to Kush's Movie Review. This week's movie review is the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, the story of Ebenezer Stevens of Oxfordshire when he attended a party of Sir Leicester Baker of Shropshire, but he didn't bring any ale to the party, and yet he still partook and drank the ale. And so Ebenezer Stevens challenged him to a battle of ungentlemanly warfare. The end.
Wow. I have no idea who the hell you're talking about.
I just made all that up.
Oh, wow. Brilliant. Brilliant.
Thanks. Get my dog.
We are talking about the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. It is based on a book by a gentleman named Giles Milton, and the title is even longer for the book. It's the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, Churchill's Mavericks,
double colon.
Hitler's defeat. Too many colons in there.
Too many colons.
Mr. Giles. Too many colons, Mr. Giles. However, this is a Guy Ritchie film. He and 3 other people, Paul, Eric, and Arash, and maybe a guy named Damien, who, when I wrote this note, I thought he wrote the book. But anyways, lots of people helped write this movie, so sorry, none of y'all get last names, just Mr. Guy Ritchie. This is an eclectic all-star Guy Ritchie ensemble. So you've got Henry Cavill, you've got Eliza Gonzalez, you've got Alan Richardson, who's known for Reacher these days. Henry Golding, who we brought up a few weeks ago, was like, I think he'd be a pretty good James Bond. And then Elias Kotis. No, anyways, doesn't matter. So many people are in this goddamn movie, and I know some of you folks are saying, like, Kush, you just told us, like, not even 2 months ago, like, how tired you are of World War II movies. And yes, 1,000% said that. However, this is like a new story. The This is based on a true story. How much Guy Ritchie stuck to that is up to you, and you have to read the book maybe. This is a cartoon, but it's also based on like top secret documents that were like hidden in the bottom of Churchill's desk. Winston Churchill, like, you know, this, we don't try to get political, period, but let alone in these movie reviews. So once we go to war, murder is just inevitable. So I don't know what a war crime is. I keep hearing that phrase, but anyways, Hitler's committing sorts of atrocities and murder and war crimes. So Winston Churchill went, well, fuck that. If he's not playing by the rules, we're not playing by the rules. I'm gonna fucking unlock this super deadly terrorist that we captured because he's a danger to Britain. I'm like, you gotta fuck up Hitler, man. And that guy who goes, all right, but I'm gonna need a crew of equally deadly assholes like me. And Churchill goes, okay, have at it. But guess what? And everyone has heard this term before. You get caught by the Germans, you're gonna get tortured and killed. You get caught by the English, I don't know yet. The end. So anyway, Henry Cavill goes and he enlists his super secret deadly crew on the
Craigslist.
on the staff of officers in charge of this mission. Who, again, if our team fails, no one knows each other. But Sir Ian Fleming is involved in this story. I didn't know he actually had like a military record, but he does. He served during World War II, and it is established that the character Henry Cavill plays, despite being played by as a lunatic, is the inspiration for James Bond. I think that's a very fun fact. Anyways, this is Guy Ritchie. It's all sorts of action and explosion and several British witticisms. And you know what? Despite being 2 hours and a hard R, again, I don't care about the rating, but it is a hard R. So much fun. I had a great goddamn time. It's a good-looking movie. It's very entertaining. Again, watching Nazis get murdered in very cartoonish manners. Delightful. Can't recommend this enough. I know a lot of people are trying to poo-poo this, and they're like, but it's a true story. I'm like, yeah, but we've taken some liberties. Maybe they didn't do everything we saw in this movie, but it's a good time. Absolutely recommend it. Do you just need to see it in the theater? Nah, you don't. But I had a great time. I had a great theatrical experience. And yeah, loving the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. 4 out of 5. Questions, Mike Fish.
So it's basically like the 1940s Suicide Squad.
A lot of people are comparing it to Inglourious Basterds. I think those are both fair comparisons. However, this is an actual true story, supposedly, based on Mr. Giles Milton and some papers he found rummaging through Winston Churchill's desk.
Well, there was, you mentioned the war crime bit. Is that mentioned in the movie? Is that, oh God, Hitler doing war crimes, we need to do something?
Yeah.
Because as far as, I mean, I could be totally wrong. Someone could email, like, tweet me or something like that I'm totally wrong. But I for some reason, I was under the idea that the whole war crimes thing and the rules of engagement, basically the rules of war, blah 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 blah. I thought that was all written up like after, because of what happened during World War II. Okay, we'll all sit down and write some rules because this is bullshit.
Someone may or may not correct us on that. However, again, it's in the trailer for the movie. Like, Hitler's not playing by the rules, so we're not going to play by the rules. And I was like, but what are the rules? The objective is to murder the other guy. By the way, if you win, no war crime. I killed everybody.
I won. I could be wrong.
If Hitler won, there would be no trial for war crimes. No one would have fled to Brazil or wherever, Argentina. Like, yeah. So, anyways.
Well, you touched on some last week in your review of Civil War, when, like, for example, like press, like media should be left alone, and medics. And I know it's like, if you take someone captive, then you have to treat them decently to a degree. You know, you have to keep them alive and keep them fed and all that. I mean, and I know, like, in the wars, like,
human beings are human.
Like in the old days, like if you're in a plane and you saw someone if you shot down a plane and you saw the people parachuting, you couldn't shoot them while they were in the air because that was like that's not cricket. Things like that.
I mean, I've seen plenty of movies with paratroopers engaging in combat while that plane is being shot, and whether the gunner meant to shoot them or not, those fuckers get shot up all the time. Like again, you jumped out of a parachute, and now you're slowly falling towards military fire. Oh no! Oh, and now I've just been shot in that. There's an old Bill Cosby bit. I know, not the most popular person to reference these days, but he was actually officer, an army officer doctor. I forget if it was Korea or Vietnam, but he's sitting in a briefing, and he's part of the Red Cross, and they're like, so as you all know, normally medics are invulnerable to being shot or being attacked at. However, you can see the Vietnamese here do not give a shit, and the guys with the bright red crosses on their helmet are the first ones to get shot. And then you're like, oh fuck, like
take the hat off.
Well, then you get shot worse.
Is there a worse way of getting shot?
Well, during the days of Vietnam before that, you could get shot in your helmet and you get your bell rung, but you would be alive.
No, all right, change the hat then. Put a different hat on.
Put a hat on?
No, like take the helmet off with the medic, the Red Cross on, and then just put a blank one on.
Yeah, then you just get confused for a soldier and get shot at also.
But you get shot.
Damned if you do, damned if you don't. Again, also, people are running into war. Oh, there's a man that's been shot. He's still being shot at. I have to run towards him and try and pull him out of that. You're getting shot at. There's no reason about it.
What if you wore a helmet that just said, "I'm on your side," right?
Yeah,
and then,
sure.
Then if the Americans see you, like, "Oh, he's on our side," don't shoot him. But if the Vietnamese saw you, "Oh, he's on our side."
You know what also would work?
Play both sides, baby.
Is running out into the field with 10 hookers on each side of you and then sending them further to fuck the enemy's brains out. Those guys will put the...
Like that guy, Miss Saigon, that fantastic musical.
I know the name. I'm not familiar with the movie.
Oh, it's great.
Or the play.
I don't know. I think they were looking to make a movie out of it after the success of Les Miserables. But if they did, I didn't see it. But the musical on Broadway, chef's kiss.
Okay.
I saw it as a young child, and I've been obsessed with Asian women ever since. I'm pretty sure it affected me deeply.
Oh shit. Okay. All that adds up.
Right.
Anyway, Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, 4 out of 5. That's the movie review. Mike, have you seen The Gentleman TV series on Netflix, which is also Guy Ritchie's thing based on the movie from like 2020?
I have not.
You know what's weird about it? It's a Netflix series. It's 8 episodes long. It's a TV show, so there's filler, but it's also Guy Ritchie, and for whatever reason, it's slow. Like the movie it's based on goes by very fast. Operation Fortune, we did a review on last year, goes by very fast. The Covenant, which is like one of Guy Ritchie's more serious movies in the recent memory, goes very fast. This movie we just talked about goes very fast. But for whatever reason, these 45-minute episodes are slow to me. They try to keep all the wit and the charm and the style of a Guy Ritchie thing. And it's just like, all right, I guess brother's going to fuck us up again here with doing something stupid that we told him explicitly not to do. Because that's format and that's a cliche. And we have to do that in our TV show. I don't know. That was just a side tangent. I think if you see it, I think you'd be like, yeah, that's all right. But I was just like, took me 2 weeks to complete 8 episodes for some reason. I normally just go through those things in a day or two. 8 episodes. That's less than 8 hours. It was nothing.
Sold.
Oh, what I saw? I sold
you
something.
had me at hello. No, you just said this is slow. I normally bust these things out in a day. It took me 2 weeks. You should watch it.
I think if you did watch it, you would like it. And if you did watch it, I would love to hear your opinion on it. It's all sorts of fantastic little Britishisms.
Don't hold your breath. Anyway,
are you familiar that 12 of your lords in England have all rented out their space to weed farmers so that they can just like fix the roof because their mansion was built in the 1600s, and those folks don't have the money they used to have when their family were actually oligarchs. Royalty,
yeah, I know.
when they were royalty.
I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
Yeah, that's a clever premise. Real or not, that's a clever premise.
Maybe. Anyway, let's wrap up this week's show. Leaving everyone with feeling a little warm and fuzzy feelings inside. It's now time for this week's feel-good story of the week.
It's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard in my entire life. That's insane. Can I hear it again?
This week's feel-good story comes to us from... It's here. I know it's here. I know it's here. I can see it. It's coming to me. It's somewhere in England. There we go.
Covington, England.
Yeah. Where a postman has been given £1,500 as a surprise retirement present by the residents whose letters he has been delivering for the last 30 years.
Oh, that's nice.
In a fantastic name, Graham McFiggins. That's such an English name. Graham McFiggins began working for...
put a face to it, too. He's got glasses and a silly haircut and maybe a brushing mustache.
And he used to work for Ebenezer Scrooge.
Well, he used to work for Her Majesty's Royal Parcel Service.
McFiggins! Get in here.
Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Scrooge.
Why aren't people working on Christmas Day? Why did you have a day off? McFiggins, this is not for you to decide.
Well, Mr. Scrooge, it's Christmas.
Give me back that silver coin that I gave you, you bastard. Fuck the turkeys. So Graham McFiggins began working for Royal Mail in 1984, and for most of his career served the Poets area in Bedford. There we go, it's Bedford.
Okay.
Resident Sonia D, who helped organize the collection, said Graham has been a fantastic postman and is a genuine, kind person who deserves recognition. Mr. McFiggins said over the years he got to know everyone and everybody knows me. He was 26 when he became a postman because he, quote, loves being outside. And he has delivered posts in the Poets area for 29 Christmases and has been really honored to deliver 4 100th birthday cards from Queen Elizabeth II.
Wow.
Okay. You don't know, like when you turn 100 in England, you get a birthday card from the King or Queen. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my grandmother actually got a thing from President W. Bush before she passed away.
Georgie.
She didn't make it to 100, but she reached whatever age that Bush had to send her an 8x10 and a thank you.
Are you sending her an 8x10?
Yeah, she
got
an autographed photo.
That's amazing. Like, I never asked for it, but I hope I live long enough to get a real 8x10 of the president in like real glamorous shots. Like maybe like the shirt's unbuttoned, it's like blowing in the wind. Like a real what was his name? What was that guy who was always on like the romantic guy? He had long hair and
Fabio.
Yeah, like that. And maybe like the president's got a saxophone or something. It'd be great.
I hope they do the quad thing. So like one, he's trying to be very regal, but then the other one he's doing the Fabio gimmick, the chest open, but then another one's like, hey, I'm a birthday clown. And then over here, yeah, no, I do play the trumpet. Why? I'm versatile. I can do
one of those squares is definitely going to be him sitting at a piano with the bow tie undone, and he's got like a scotch.
Hell yeah.
Happy birthday.
Best birthday 8x10 ever.
Make it happen. Royal Mail believed that he had walked over 124,800 miles, which is the equivalent of having walked 5 times around the world. He was presented with
this is one of those itty bitty little towns where, again, the postman is the postman for 30 years. Here in San Francisco, we've had the same guy for about 5 years, but sometimes it's a woman. Sometimes that guy actually has to go to a different district and run that route. Like, I saw a thing in Maxim magazine, which is surprisingly an old reference now, where they're like, here's who you should be tipping. Tip the personal trainer. And I'm like, I don't have a personal trainer. It's like, tip your mailman. I was like, it's a different guy every 3 weeks. Like, I don't know, like, why would I tip this guy? And honestly, you know, they're talking about for the holidays, for Christmas and Thanksgiving and all that stuff. But it's just like, what the fuck? Like, so I think it's very cool that the entire town chipped in and gave him $1,500.
Yeah. He was presented with a surprise collection at a farewell event at the Verve Hotel, attended by his father, his partner, daughters, and grandchildren. Resident Colleen Atkins said, he's a friend to everyone, keeps an eye on the area, and notices when things aren't quite right. He'll be greatly missed, but it helps knowing he is now going to have a well-earned rest. Mr. McFiggins plans to spend his retirement gardening, fishing, and watching his favorite football team, Tottenham Hotspur.
Move this man!
What did I miss? I'm sorry, what did I miss?
Sorry, Tottenham Hotspur. They're scum. They're the scum of the earth.
Are they? Please elaborate. I've never even heard that name before.
Just because they're North London, and my team is East London.
Oh, okay,
so they're
football thing.
We're fierce rivals.
Copy that. All right. I thought this was going to come back to football, but for a second I didn't know. Cool. Yeah, dude, this is a great story. And again, this is that thing where this town is so small that, yeah, the postman, Mr. McWiggums, is like an integral part of everybody's day. If you don't see him, something's wrong. Or it's Sunday. Hopefully it's just Sunday.
Yeah. But yeah, so congratulations, Mr. McFiggins, on your retirement.
Figgins, excuse me, McFiggins.
And enjoy your fishing, and I hope your football team loses every time you watch them. Sorry, not sorry. That wraps up another fantastic, if you ask me, and I am a little bit biased, but it's a fantastic episode of Waffle Box.
It was a good time. I had a great time tonight. Thank you, Mike Fish. Dude, you do so much, and you don't get any thanks except for when I thank you. But thank you again.
Welcome. You're welcome. I don't do it for the thanks. I do it for the money.
That's how it should be done.
So yeah, next week, the 1st of May episode, it's gonna be May. It's our 3rd anniversary. 3 years.
I need to dress for the occasion.
Yeah, I have to do something special, but I don't know what. But yeah. So make sure you check it out. So if you are new to the show, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the follow button, all that good stuff. Go to enjoywafflebox.com for all the links of how you can enjoy the show on different platforms. Follow me at OnlyMikeFish on social media. You go to this guy if you want to go on the Facebook, the social network, Mark Zuckerberg's playground. You can find him at Cushford Hayes and give him a follow.
Reach out and touch someone. That's an old phone line advertising. Anyways,
we had Bob Hoskins doing his catchphrase was when he advertised British Telecom. His catchphrase was, "It's good to talk."
Yes, it is, Bob. Thank you.
And then he went on to find out who framed Roger Rabbit. Marvelous stuff.
Did you do that before Roger Rabbit? Fascinating.
Think so. I don't know. It was very
even
old.
if he didn't. Fascinating.
Maybe I'll find the commercial and throw it in because we like to have our old retro commercials in the show. Maybe I'll do that for our 3rd anniversary.
That'd be fun.
But yes, it's a good night from me. It's a good night from him. Layton.
Oh, I got a plug.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, you're almost ending.
I do a thing.
Microdose. What have we got coming up this week on the Microdose?
Master Len Kabazinski stops by, and we just shoot the shit on some old stuff. We catch up a little bit. It's a very fun conversation. I actually just had it 8 hours before this, so it will be up on Friday on time. Sorry for the folks who were wondering, the few that were wondering what happened last Friday. Anyways, it's a whole thing. I think I explained it at the beginning, but yeah, Len Kabazinski's on the microdose this week, and it's a good time. We talk about his new movie, Crimson Mask. It's a pro wrestling horror film, to be determined. That's up to you guys. That's up to you and the fans. Get in there, watch the episode.
Is there a
listen to the
GoFundMe?
episode. There's a GoFundMe. We get into all of that. It's a good time. And then before we do go, just nothing crazy, nothing dramatic, but a shout out to the homie Ty Trot, TYTRO. He was one of the funniest shit posters that ever lived and is no longer with us. God bless you, sir. Thank you.
Rest in peace, my friend.
We're out.
We're out. All right, Lathan, final thoughts.
Good night, everyone. If you're a football fan, enjoy the NFL draft on Thursday. I hope your favorite team gets exactly the player they need to take them to the top. And I hope your rivals pick breaks his leg in a freak Lego accident. See you all next week.
All
Copy blue. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other.
That's all, folks.
Play me off, Johnny.